How did you and Grandpa meet?
In a youth group.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember the day?
I do not.
No.
No, I don't.
That's okay.
I should.
I was at this singing, where they were singing, and I looked in the wind, I seen Rachel and her friend Lydia. Me and another fellow said, let's take them home tonight. We asked them after they come out from singing. Yeah, they said, go with us. So we took them home that night. Then I asked Rachel about a date. Yeah, she said, you go with me. We married in November 6th on election day, 1962.
I was around 12 when I realized that I didn't really think I'd want to be Amish. But still, I grew up Amish and everything. I got baptized in a creek. And that's when I got excommunicated soon after that. They put me out because I did not agree with the Amish culture, because I didn't think that they, deep in their hearts, they wouldn't have known the truth. The Amish goes so much by rules and regulations, and there was no really relationship with God, I didn't think. I don't think a lot of them have a personal relationship. And when I really had an experience with the Lord, I knew something happened in my life. I just knew it. I was in the bedroom, and I knelt beside my bed, and I just knew something happened. It was just, I can't explain it. It was just, God did something in my life. He changed it. And I remember telling God, please, whatever this is, don't let me lose it. When they excommunicate you, they cast you out. In Dutch, they cast you out to the devil. They cast you out. See, they almost say you have no parts of them anyway. They cut you off. You don't eat with them, and you don't drive with them. It wasn't always easy, but after they did put me out of the church, I remember that day. I went out with the children flying kite. I felt I just had such a deep peace. But deep down it was like a pain and a hurt. They were my people. They still are. We really felt very separated because he tried to lure me back. And then the pastor used to come visit us and try to get me back, and they will counsel with you 3 times. And they counseled with me. I did that for my husband's sake, not that I thought I would join, but I thought I'll show him, I'll try. And I told him it's important that I follow the Lord. Finally, I just quit going to church. I just quit completely. Yeah, it was hard first. Grandpa was he tried really. We went through something. Eli and I kind of went our separate ways for a while. I think the biggest thing was when we learned to accept each other for who we are. I would accept him and he would accept me. And then we just it really put a healing in our marriage. I wear this little, it's for Grandpa. I have nothing against him. It's not something that has anything to do with my salvation. Dress-wise, I tried to be pretty plain, conservative-like. And I even had a cape dress. There was a season I really kind of wanted a car. But that's one area I just kind of bowed to him. I'm not sure why. In some areas I wouldn't. But I just did. I thought, you know what? I don't need one. My kids all have a car. And it doesn't really bother me anymore. And I have neighbors now I go out with. Okay, now it's the molasses. He always wants his 2 eggs.
Toast, applesauce, and shoofly pie.
Half a grapefruit.
Yeah, that's my morning pretty much.
What he has, he'll almost have forever. He reads 4 books every morning before he goes to work. Every morning he has a little devotional book. I think it's a prayer book. He can't read too long in one. It's a committed thing he does.
Before I go to work, sometimes Grandma goes fetch the paper while I feed the horse. And then my driver comes about 25 after 5. So I start working about 6 o'clock at the shop.
I usually get up at 4 o'clock, maybe 3:30. Sometimes I like to get up a little bit before Dad. I really love my quiet time, my secret place. I guess that I feel that's for me right now. It feels so special that I can just be all by myself and I can get into the Word or whatever. Sometimes I'm just crying, sometimes I'm just relaxing and joyful. I do like birds. Grandpa likes birds too. I think a lot of people our age like birds because they don't have quite as much to do, you know. I go with him to the store and, oh, he loves when I do. I don't really mind. I wouldn't drive his horse, that's for sure. He's kind of wild sometimes, but, and he likes to be neat. You know what I mean? Sometimes when he goes to church, he asks me how sometimes his jacket is turned a little inside here, and he asks me to fix it. Well, see, now he's come a long way from when I first was converted. When we moved out here, the house and everything, I mean, he was right with it. And I remember so well when they asked if I want lights out here, outside lights. I didn't really think I would. And Grandpa said, "Are you sure you don't?" I mean, he was just with everything. So he's not at all strict with that anymore. I know, it just seems like he just went right with the flow. I can't imagine him even wanting me Amish anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. I always tell him, that I feel we're going to have a long life together yet. Sometimes when we go through dealings, or he goes through his issues he has a little more issues health-wise right now than I do. And I try to encourage him. I tell him, you know what? We're going to have a long life together yet. I think God has something for us.
I used to think 80 would be a pretty old man, but I don't think so no more. This November the 6th will be 58 years. Now we look forward to go out again on our 60th anniversary. If we stay healthy. We can do it.
God birthed within me a vision that there's going to be a redemption story for my home. I feel deep in his heart he knows I have something. He still looks up to me. But we still have our issues to work through. We're normal like anybody else. I'm still believing for a marriage in fullness. That is one of my favorite songs.
Who sings it?
Amos Sophie's. Pay the debt I could not pay. So touching.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.